In this video, we're going to learn how to set up Lockdown Browser or Respondus Lockdown Browser to a sample quiz now that we have one set up. So I'm going to scroll up to Lockdown Browser. And notice here it says, here's my sample quiz. And right now it has Lockdown Browser not required and Respondus Monitor not required. Okay. So the Lockdown Browser is what locks them out of all other websites, but you can add websites that they're allowed to go to. And the Monitor is the recording option. Right now they're both set to not required, so I'm going to click here and click Settings. So if you want to use neither, you would keep this button clicked, but here you're going to click here to enable the Lockdown Browser. Now if you want to add the Monitor, the recording, you would change that here, and I will click on that. And then it tells you some stuff that I never look at. Okay. So I have both the Lockdown Browser and the Respondus Monitor set up. Okay. You can enter an access code here. If you had entered your access code on the quiz, it syncs with this and it would put the same access code. Okay. Here, this option is, I guess, if there was a proctored lab that used Respondus Monitor or Lockdown Browser, they could use that. I never click on this. There might be a use for it, but I don't use it. And these are all things, a startup sequence, which you can look at after you set up your sample quiz, of things it has them do if you're going to use the recording option. So it gives them instructions, put on clothes, turn on a light, turn off the TV, show your ID, show the environment around you so you could see there's no notes around. There's this facial detection option, so this tells them if their face can't be seen by the video because you want to see their face, and it also notifies you when you get their video at the end if there was any point their face wasn't showing. I use these in general when I get a notification. Usually their face is just a little out of the frame or something, or one time there was a picture in the back and it kept detecting the picture. Okay, but I keep these on. Okay. Let's just take a look at advanced settings. So for the Lockdown Browser, okay, you can enable a calculator, and I usually do that, a scientific one, just to have it there. They probably have their own. I don't lock students out. They explain here that sometimes students get kicked out or their internet dies and then it's a pain. I do allow students to use an iPad because a few students have had iPads. Then they have to go to the Apple Store and get some app or something. And then here, this is really handy, allow access to specific external web domains. So I'm going to click on this and just show you this. I'm going to find some sort of, here's a TVM calculator. Okay, I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to put it in here. Okay. And you can put multiple links in here. Say if you had a formula sheet on a web page or something, you just put commas between them. So I'm just going to put this here for now so I can show you how you can embed the link in the quiz. Okay. So I think that's all I want to do. Oh, what was I don't know if I ever use the advanced settings. Yeah, you can make a demo user. I don't use any of these things, but feel free to do that. Then you hit save and close. And then usually I sit here for a minute and then I remember, oh, if I scroll up, it's all set up. So you can sit there for a while and it doesn't take you to the top where it shows you that it's set everything up for you. Okay. So now just to go back to the quiz, notice now it says requires Respondus Lockdown Browser and webcam. Okay. If you didn't do the webcam part, it wouldn't say plus webcam. Now a student cannot access this directly via Canvas. They have to go through Lockdown Browser. Just to show you something you can do with that website, I'm going to click on this. So when there's websites I want them to be able to access, I'm going to click Edit. So here I would put in the opening part, open this TVM calculator link first. So I'm going to put this was a link I put in allowed websites. Okay. And then, you give them instructions about the exam or whatever. You can also put this in the first question, just in case they missed it. Oh. So you can put it in either place. And then what happens in Lockdown Browser is they open the quiz, they get to the sample question. When they click on this, it opens in a new tab. They can't go anywhere but this link in that new tab. But it's nice because up on top they'll have their Canvas quiz, and then they'll have a separate link so they can go back and forth to whatever links you give them. Now I'll just put save. So now this is all, you have a quiz set up, and it requires Lockdown Browser and webcam. So you just need to give your students directions on how to download the Lockdown Browser software. Okay, and just to show you real quick, here it is right here. I downloaded it to my desktop, or I made a shortcut or something. Okay, and they start here, and then it takes them directly to Maricopa's Canvas. They log in. It doesn't save their password, so you tell them they need to remember their password, and it will take them right to Canvas, and they could click on the course. And then usually when something's coming up or due, it will be right here, or they can just scroll down to the bottom to start. And again, for students, one last thing, I'll click on Student View. So if a student clicks on this in Canvas without going to Lockdown Browser, take the quiz, and it says no. Okay. You'll also get emails from students that they'll say, I downloaded Lockdown Browser, but it's not letting me in, and it's because they tried to access it directly from Canvas instead of starting with the software. So be prepared for that question.